On day 1, I spawned in as a baby shark inside of my coral reef home. All around me were my shark people, looking up to our leader, my father.
I promise to always keep you safe, son.
Thanks, Dad. I can't wait to be just like you. But as I said this, a strange, cursed energy shot out through the water, causing the entire ocean to dry up. It then washed over me and my people, transforming us into air-breathing sand sharks.
Ha 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 ha! Finally, my curse has worked! Your entire ocean will turn into sand, and my kingdom will rise! Capture them!
On his command, husk mummies rose up from the ground and began capturing my people.
For Anubis!
No! I ran over and bit into one of the mummies, but it barely did a thing. I was about to be captured next when my father pushed it aside.
Stay away from my son!
He began to do everything he could to protect me, but even his strength wasn't enough. He was captured too. Dad!
It's too late for us. Our entire ocean is in danger. Run, my boy! Save yourself!
On day 2, I had no choice but to leave my family behind. However, the mummies took notice and cut me off.
No one escapes.
No, wait! However, a strange aura began to surround my body, causing me to sink into the sand? What the? Do I have powers? The mummies charged in, but I darted through them, swimming faster than ever.
We will find you.
Whoa, I can't believe this is happening. My dad, I have to find a way to save him and my people. But how?
What in the world is that?
Huh? Spinning around, I saw I was in a village with a group of players surrounding me.
Bro, is that shark on land?
Yeah, it's freaky. Let's see what it drops. Oh no, the players wasted no time and rushed in to attack. Whoa, stay away from me. I began swimming around, avoiding their hits, until I made it to the village's market. Fresh potatoes here. All natural potato. Oh my goodness. What is that thing? The villagers began to panic around me, causing the players to get slowed down in the crowd. Haha, later suckers. Wait, water. I happily jumped in to make my escape, but as I did, I took damage. Ah, water hurts me now.
Nowhere to go.
On day 3, the players were about to take me down until I heard a strange whisper. I looked over to see a sacred desert totem was on one of the stands. What's that? I jumped up and grabbed the totem, and because of this, its power connected to the curse within me. I grew in strength and size and gained 5 more hearts. Whoa, is this relic connected to me? The player ran up to attack me again, but in my upgraded form, I can now dive into the sand and swallow my prey whole. Whoa, little dude just ate Jerry. I gotta get the rest of the boys. Yeah, that's what you get for messing with a shark.
Bozo, is that you?
Who said that?
I did. My name's Flapper. I'm an old friend of your dad's, but looks like he was taken by Anubis too.
Yeah, he was. Do you know more about what's going on? Just then, a magical arrow shot past me, barely missing my head. What the? I turned to where it came from and saw the players brought back up. She'll pay for eating Jerry.
Get me out of here. I can help you. Trust me.
I did as he said and bit open his cage. He flopped down to the ground and shot out a blast of bubbles into the sand, causing us to sink into the mud. On day 4, we fell down into a massive cavern under the desert. Wah! Ah! Oh, nice. I looked up to see we were in a large sacred Pharaoh tomb, and alongside it lied 6 separate pillars. Is this?
Yes, this is Anubis' tomb. You found a lost treasure, one that made you stronger. Go ahead, place it.
I listened to Flapper and placed down the treasure on one of the pillars, causing it to activate. Wah!
That treasure was just one of the 6 we need to collect in order to save your family. Once all are united, Anubis will be locked away in this tomb again, and his curse will break.
Okay, but where do I even start? As I said this, though, we felt the whole pyramid begin to shake as lava poured in all around us, followed by lava crabs?
There's the shark. The boss needs to see you.
What? Stay away from me! But before I could react, they blasted me out of the pyramid with a glob of lava.
Bozo!
On day 5, I was sent flying onto the pyramid stairs. What gives? They didn't hesitate and continued to come rushing down after me with more of their hits. I had no choice but to fight back and try to bite into them. But when I did, hot!
Stupid fish.
One of the crabs ran up and hit me back with their claws, sending me flying through the cavern wall.
Now stop your yapping and come with us.
I reluctantly went with the crabs as they brought me back to the surface. There, I saw some strange desert ruins, and in the rubble was another lost treasure. Hey, hand it over! I was about to grab it when an even larger lava crab came bursting out of the ground in front of me. Out of my way!
Not so fast! You're only here because we need your help.
What are you talking about?
Our old home has been taken over by Anubis's forces, and I'm willing to give you this relic only if you help us get back our home.
I'll do anything to stop the Pharaoh's plans. I went with Krusty as he led me to a sand dune overlooking a violent sandstorm. This isn't gonna be easy, is it? On day 6, Krusty and I were pushing through the sandstorm in the direction of his old home. Are we there yet?
Be patient. I think we're going the right way.
What was that? Just then, a tall shape appeared from out of the sand and slammed down towards me. What the heck was that?
It knows we're here. Run!
I did as he said, as we both started to sprint further into the storm. But the further we went, more and more tentacles appeared to slow us down. Krusty, please, tell me what's going on.
A safe spot is just up ahead. Come on!
We barely managed to dash into a nearby tunnel as the tendrils slammed down behind us. Well, no turning back now.
That's okay. We're here.
I walked with him to the tunnel's opposite end, where, through the sandstorm, we could see a large lava oasis. And at its center was a massive sand kraken. And is that Anubis? This can't be good.
Good work so far, Kraken. Keep the storm up, and I won't have to remind you who's in charge here.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Anubis then left the oasis, leaving a horde of husks to defend the kraken. Wow, he's strong enough to control a whole kraken?
Yep, that overgrown calamari took over my home! And remember, I'll only give you that relic once he's gone.
All right, I got it. I began to sneak down into the oasis, using the trees and rocks as cover. As I got closer, though, I noticed a large magic circle underneath the kraken. That must be Anubis's magic. But what does it do? Before I could think, one of the husk mummies spotted me.
Zorg, get him!
Oh no! I quickly dove into the ground and began to dash around the oasis to escape. But unfortunately, one of the kraken's tentacles slammed down, forcing me up out of the ground.
Intruder, deal with this fool.
On his command, the husk ran in to take me down. No! I looked up to see that Krusty had come in to help.
What? Think I was gonna let you have all the fun?
All right, let's do this. On day 8, I began to swim around the oasis as Krusty fought off the mummies. Over here, you ugly squid.
How dare you!
He swiped out into the air with his tentacles, causing more to appear around me. What the? I tried to dodge around them, but there were just too many.
As long as I am bound to the Pharaoh, I will do his bidding!
Huh? I noticed that the magic circle under the Kraken was forcing a curse onto him. That's why you're working for him? He was enraged now and continued to send out attacks to take me down. However, I quickly rushed forward, trying to get as close as possible to the circle.
Bozo, what are you doing?
I have an idea! The Kraken launched another attack, which slammed into me, taking me down to low hearts. No! I bit into the magic circle, causing my powers to nullify the curse.
What are you? Wait, I'm free!
From there, I watched as the Kraken reached out and took out the remaining husks.
Whoa! Thanks.
I'm sorry I took over your home. It was not under my own will, but the Pharaoh's.
Apology accepted. Here you go, kid. A deal's a deal.
He threw me over the sacred treasure, which instantly connected to my body, causing me to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts and grew legs? Okay, this keeps just getting weirder. I then looked over and saw that one husk had managed to survive and was running from the oasis. No, I can't let him tell the Pharaoh. On days 9 to 10, I chased after the mummy, and in my newly upgraded form, I was much faster. You're not getting away from me! However, just before I could catch up, I was blasted from the side. Ow! Yeah, that'll teach ya! I looked over and saw that it was the players from before, with even more backup and gear. No way, little man. You killed Terry, and I'll never forgive you.
He killed Jerry? I'm Terry!
Whatever, just kill the shark. They ran into attack as their new gear really started to hurt me. Ah, they're too strong now. I gotta get out of here. Before they could attack again, I used my legs to flip up my tail and blast them in the face with sand.
Oh, my eyes!
With this opening, I was able to run away and hide in the nearby trees. Quit crawling, Larry! After him!
It's Terry!
Okay, that was close.
It really was.
Huh? I looked up to see that a masked cat was looking down at me. Who are you?
Who am I? Doesn't matter. Only the amazing sand shark Phozo does. Isn't that right?
What? Does everyone know who I am?
What I know is you're looking for more lost treasures, right? And I might just know where one is. But I need someone to do something for me first.
All right. How can I help? On days 11 to 12, I went with the cat, who brought me over to a retirement home? What are we doing here?
It's important. Don't let your guard down. Vile and evil creatures live here. There's one now. Hide!
We hid away as an old lady came walking out onto the porch.
What a beautiful day. Maybe I'll paint the sunset.
It's time to come back inside, Mrs. Johnson. You don't want to miss the pudding cart.
Oh, pudding!
Those are the evil creatures?
The worst of the worst. Come on, I know a back way.
We snuck around to the back of the building, where the cat stood in front of a vent. Oh, I got it. I bit into the vent, tearing it open. This allowed us to go inside as we crawled out into an upstairs hallway.
Now just stay quiet and...
As she said this, I heard a door begin to open. Someone's coming!
Oh, my dearest bandit. I do hope you come back to us one day.
There's the target.
The old man?
No, the caller, you idiot. Now, wait for it.
Who wants pudding?
Oh, I do!
Now!
We quickly rushed into the room, where I saw a large safe across from the doorway. Oh, this'll be easy. I went to walk in, but the cat stopped me.
Hold it there, Sharky. Shoot out some of that sand I saw you do earlier.
I did as he said, which revealed a ton of motion-sensing lasers throughout the room. All of this for a collar?
It's not just a collar! It's a very important item to me, okay? So let's hurry this up.
On days 13 to 14, we began to slowly navigate our way around the lasers to get closer to the safe. The cat made this look easy, making massive jumps to leap onto the furniture in the room. Unfortunately though, I was much larger, and I couldn't dig into the wooden floors. How am I supposed to do this?
Oh, calm down. Remember, the location of the next desert treasure will be all yours after we're done.
As she said this, they accidentally knocked over a bookshelf. It was about to fall into one of the motion sensors, but I jumped up and swallowed it just in time. Seriously?
Sorry. Force a habit.
We finally made it to the safe, where the cat instantly knew the code. Okay, what is going on here?
All right, this is my old collar, and those were my old owners. And they're the worst. Now let's leave before...
Bandit! Is that really you?
We turned around to see that the elderly couple had come back to the room.
Oh my, you look so skinny. Please eat some of this kibble. No!
What? Dude, they're not bad people. They're just...
We need to make sure you're all fattened up for when we put all that stuffing in you.
And look at you. You'll make the perfect stuffed toy for our grandson.
Oh, I see now. Run! I quickly shot up a blast of sand, blinding them both. And with this opening, the two of us were able to dash out of the room and back towards the vents. Wait a minute, it's blocked?
They're onto us!
We spun around to see a window at the end of the hall, but now, standing in between us, was the evil couple. On days 15 to 16, the elderly couple ran in to attack. Wow! The two of us were forced to dodge around the hallway to avoid getting cut into pieces. You guys are crazy!
Nothing will stop me from giving the perfect gift to my grandbabies.
She ran up and slammed into me, knocking me back.
Stay away from him!
Bandit jumped up to claw at them, but they dodged out of the way, causing her to go flying through the window.
Looks like we'll just have to settle for one stuffed shark.
Before they could hit me again, I bit out and swallowed their weapons right out of their hands.
Oh dear heavens!
Because of this, I was finally able to jump out of the window, as they had no way of stopping me.
You darn troublemakers! Get back here this instant!
Oh, forget it, honey. Let's go get us more pudding.
After escaping the area, I looked around for Bandit, but she was nowhere to be seen. Hey, where'd you go? Shh. What? Just then, I realized why she was hidden, as a group of deadly mummies came shambling around the corner. Are they being escorted by a villager cartographer? Where are you taking me? I just want to go home.
No, you make a map for Pharaoh, or we eat.
Okay, I'm sorry. Why would Anubis need a map?
I don't know, but forget about that for now, Sharky. A deal's a deal. I'll bring you to the next lost treasure.
On days 17 to 18, Bandit led me deep into a dark forest biome, and there, half sunken into a lake, was an ancient forest temple. Whoa. We made our way inside to see the room was flooded with water, and trapped at the bottom was the next lost treasure. Now, how do we get it? I looked around and saw there were levers spread throughout the room. Bingo! I began to jump between the rubble inside, using it to avoid falling to my death in the water. And as I did, Bandit did the same on the other side.
Ugh, I hate water. Why did I agree to this?
Yeah, you said it yourself. A deal's a deal. We both made it to our levers and flipped them, causing a cage with the treasure to open up. Just one more to go. But as I said this, the temple itself began to shake. That's not good. Suddenly, the water began to surge upwards, sending out massive waves. Whoa! I barely managed to dodge it as I jumped to the next platform towards the final lever. I just have to get there. The waves continued to crash down around me, but thankfully, I made it to the last lever and flipped it as well. This caused the waves to stop as the cage holding the treasure finally released it. Yes! However, the old walls of the temple started to crack open as water began to flood the chamber. It quickly raised the water level over all of the dry platforms, causing me to start taking damage in the water. No! On days 19 to 21, I was taking too much damage in the water and was about to die. No, I can't die here. I need to save I felt my vision beginning to fade as I was suddenly hit forward towards the floating treasure.
Come on, Bozo, grab it!
With my last bit of strength, I reached out and grabbed the item, causing me to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts and the ability to breathe underwater. Yes, you saved me.
Well, what else are friends for? But seriously, can we please get out of the water now?
Oh, let me help. I shot out my new ability, which caused a glob of mud to form into a platform above the water. There you go. As she swam up to dry, I saw something start to form in the water. Bubbles began to blast out from the ground as a mystical water orb formed in front of me.
Take the orb, young champion. Use it to find my treasures.
What the? But what is it? The voice didn't respond as I hesitantly grabbed the orb. Okay, creepy, strange voice. I'm trusting you. On days 22 to 26, I left the sunken temple and brought Bandit all the way back to the underground pyramid. There, I saw that all of my other friends had made themselves a home in the cave.
I also took it upon myself to make you a place, Bozo.
Whoa. Thanks. From there, I took some time to build up Bandit her very own home as well. No crazy people can hurt you here.
You say that, but the elderly have eyes everywhere.
Okay, now you're just paranoid. I then made my way up to the relic room and placed down my recent totem treasure on their pillars. Because of this, each of them started to glow as they activated. Sweet, halfway there. Just then, a strange noise started coming from my inventory. Huh? Is that the water orb?
You found a water orb. That is the key to a hidden city deep within the ocean. Many old artifacts have been kept there for centuries.
Old artifacts, you say? Sounds like the best place to look for another lost treasure. Where do I need to go? I followed the Kraken's directions out of the base and came to the shore of an unfamiliar ocean. If only my family lived in this ocean instead of the other one. I need to save them, no matter what. On days 27 to 29, I swam through the ocean with incredible speed. Whoa, I guess being a land and water shark has its benefits. I then heard the water orb beeping again. I must be getting closer to that hidden city. I continued to swim, using the orb to guide me, when suddenly a torpedo shot right past me. Whoa!
You idiot! You're supposed to hit it!
Huh? I looked over and saw that a shark-like submarine was following me. Wait, is that the players from before? The sub began to fire out a barrage of torpedoes at me, trying to take me down. I used my speed to my advantage and started to dodge their attacks using the coral as cover.
Just keep firing! I'll get us closer!
They rushed in and began to charge right through it and rammed into me. Ah! They were close on my tail now, and I knew that if I didn't lose them soon, I would be done for. I was able to fire out my new mud shot attack, causing a wall of mud to form in front of them.
Look out! Look out!
Thanks to my attack, mud was now completely covering the submarine.
Sure, I can't see a thing, man!
Because of this, I was easily able to swim away as they were driving blindly, and I made it to my destination. But the only thing there was a pedestal on the ocean floor. On days 30 to 32, I placed down the water orb on the pedestal, causing the beeping to stop. What? I thought this was... However, a massive burst of bubbles shot out from it, completely encasing me. Whoa! I then opened my eyes to see that I had been brought to the hidden castle. Wait, am I in the orb?
Yes. Welcome to the trial of the sacred golden relic. If you wish to obtain my treasure, you must show me you have what it takes.
As the voice rang out, I felt the water shake around me as a barrage of water missiles came raining down. Ah! I quickly swam forward, dodging the missiles as I went up to the castle's main doors.
Good work. Now, for the next part of the trial.
The doors opened up to reveal a long, trap-filled hallway, and at the end was another lost treasure.
Now hurry, before it's too late.
The platform holding the relic began to shake as it started to rise up in the far tower. No! I darted forward as more powerful water missiles shot out. Come on, is that all you got? But as I said this, the side walls jutted out and slammed into me with sharp coral. Ah, okay, I spoke too soon. On days 33 to 35, the traps in the hallway were not letting up as they continued to blast me back, keeping me from getting to the treasure. I pushed forward, using my abilities to make walls of mud that would protect me from attacks. But even then, the water missiles would break through and knock me down to low hearts. Ah, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough.
Is that right? If you give up so easily, maybe you're not the champion I thought.
I began to admit defeat when I began to remember my father's words from all those days ago.
You can save us. I believe in you.
No, my family. My father believes in me. I could do this. With my father's words, I began to swim faster and faster, now easily dodging the traps I couldn't before. I finally made it to the base of the tower as the platform continued to rise, causing the treasure to be crushed from the coral above. I've got this! In a burst of speed, I charged up towards the platform and thankfully was able to make it just in time. This allowed me to grab the treasure, and because of this, I upgraded. I gained 5 more hearts and can now grow larger at will by absorbing the water around me. Awesome!
I knew you could do it, son. I've always believed in you since the beginning.
But wait, who are you? The voice didn't answer though, as my vision began to be covered in bubbles once again. No! Well, whoever you are, thank you. On days 36 to 39, I safely made it back to my base and placed down the treasure on its pillar.
Wow, I'm guessing your adventure was a success.
Yep, my dad was the only reason I got through it. I just hope he's okay. As I said this, we heard a voice echo down the tunnel entrance to our base.
Where is it?
That's Anubis's voice. What are they doing here? I quickly ran up the tunnel and saw that Anubis was outside, looking for our base with the villager cartographer.
You said the treasure pyramid was here!
It's close. It has to be here. Oh no, they're gonna find us if I don't do something. I had to think quickly and shot out my mud to create a wall over the entrance. What? The map said...
I've had it with you. You've wasted my time long enough. We'll find that pyramid later. Go back to the workers. I have other plans to attend to.
Workers? He's talking about my family. On days 40 to 44, I quietly followed behind the mummies as they led me right to a large build site. There, my sand shark people were being put to work, building a temple to the Pharaoh Anubis.
Back to work!
We're trying. We're too weak.
Wait, Dad! I was about to rush in, but had to jump back from the patrolling mummy guards. I can't risk getting caught. There's no telling what they'll do to my family. I watched as my father's weakness caused him to slip and fall from the scaffolding.
Ah! Stupid fish! Put him away for now.
They threw my father in a cage off to the side, away from the others. Now's my chance. I stealthily swam through the ground, timing my movements to avoid the eyes of the mummies. Dad!
Son, is that really you? You've grown so much.
It's me, Dad. Now come on, let's get you out of here.
No, wait. I can't leave the others. You have to grow strong enough to stop all of this before we can leave.
What? I'm not leaving you again. But as I said this, I saw past the cage to see a mummy was looking towards us.
Hey, who you talk to?
There's no time. Go, find the fairies in the jungle. I heard them saying something important is there.
Okay, stay alive! With no other choice, I listened to my father's words and snuck back out of the area towards the jungle. On days 45 to 47, I made it to the jungle, but couldn't stop feeling guilty for leaving my father again. Just hold on a little bit longer, Dad.
Oh, he'll be all right.
Huh? I spun around to see that floating there was an adorable little jungle fairy. Aw, thanks. And man, I really thought it would be harder to find you.
Oh, not at all. I can tell you're really nice. Which reminds me, we have this, plant problem and...
Suddenly, the fairy was eaten by a living plant? What the? Before I could react, the creature quickly began to scurry away. Hey, get back here! I chased after the plant by quickly swimming in and out of the ground to get to places I couldn't reach. Spit him out! I bit at the plant, but when I did, powers instantly began to make the creature change back into a normal plant?
Whoa! You're quite the exterminator.
Yeah. My powers were some kind of weakness to it. Can you tell me what's going on right now?
Sure, come with me.
I followed the fairy deep into the jungle as they led me to their beautiful grove home. This place is amazing.
It was even better before some idiot lost our ancient treasure.
Wait, you guys have one of the lost treasures? On days 48 to 52, the fairy led me over to a spot next to the waterfall, where there was a spot for the lost treasure.
We had one of those treasures until Terrence decided to play with it. And then all the plants in the jungle freaked out.
Hey, I was only trying to...
Shut it, Terrence! Anyway, I was thinking you could help us fix our little plant problem, and then you could take the treasure as your reward. It'll only cause more trouble for us the longer it's here.
Sweet. Sounds like a deal. The fairy sent me out deeper into the jungle, and it wasn't long until I saw more of the walking plants. They came in to take me down, but I easily bit into them, causing them to return to normal. It feels like I'm taking the treasure's powers from them? Weird. As I continued forward, I came to a large pit with plant-like platforms, and across it was a den with the ancient treasure. There it is. Now to carefully... Suddenly, as I jumped on the first platform, it and all the others began to move? Whoa, whoa! I then saw more plants animate and instantly start shooting at me with poisonous attacks. On days 53 to 56, the plants rained down attacks on me as I continued to jump around the platforms. Their strange movements were making it hard to time my jumps, and the constant poison damage I took was not helping. I tried to blast up at the plants, but they would hide away every time I did. I just have to keep going. I then had an idea and shot out a glob of mud covering the last set of platforms so they couldn't move. With that, I was easily able to make it into the overgrown den, but I was now much weaker from the poison. At least I can now claim my prize. I walked over to grab the lost treasure. However, I was cut off by a massive plant monster.
Leave here, shark! This is our domain now!
Not gonna happen. I rushed up and bit into it, causing nothing to happen? That usually worked for the other guys. It angrily lashed out, knocking me back towards the entrance. Yep. This one is much stronger.
Didn't you hear me? I said leave!
Oh no! On days 57 to 59, I was overwhelmed by all the plants as they rushed in to attack. Their poison damage was quickly adding up, taking me down to low hearts. Enough! I bit into one of the smaller ones as it transformed back, and my health was restored? That's right, I can use their numbers against them. I started to focus on the smaller plants, with each kill restoring more and more of my hearts, until it was just me and the massive one left.
You think you're smart? I'll just use you as fertilizer to grow more of us.
It tried to slam into me again, but I swam into the ground and popped up behind it, next to the treasure.
No!
I picked it up, causing its powers to connect to my curse. I gained 5 more hearts, and now had the ability to dash around in a burst of sand. Sweet. The animal plants all started to wither around me and return back to their normal form.
You did it! You saved our jungle! You're a real hero, just like the previous owner of those treasures.
Previous owner?
Yep. Here, I'll send you right to their front door.
The fairy floated up and began to cast a spell towards me. In a flash, I was teleported out of the jungle and appeared at the entrance of a massive Badlands canyon. On days 60 to 63, I walked up to the canyon entrance as it suddenly began to talk.
Visitor, why have you come here?
I'm here to meet the first wielder of the desert treasures.
To enter this canyon, you must bring me an offering of the thing the desert holds most dear.
Alright, I think I have an idea. I went out searching in the surrounding area until I found a pool of water. The desert never gets rain, so it has to hold the water most dear. I quickly swallowed up some and was about to head back to the door when I heard the voice in my head again. But this time, it was weak?
Wait, don't trust the door.
Huh? Why not? And what happened to you? I didn't hear a voice, so I decided to cautiously make my way back to the talking door. Here's your offering.
Well done, visitor. You have failed.
What?
What the desert holds most dear is the death of the sand shark.
The door let out a burst of cursed energy, launching me back. What kind of desert is this? And wait a second, were you cursed by the Pharaoh?
You will die before you ruin your majesty's plans.
On day 64 to 68, the cursed door began to shake the ground beneath me and let out powerful attacks to try and take me down. Each hit sent me flying back, making it harder to fight back. You'll have to do more than that to stop me. I quickly swam through the ground and used my new sand dash to move faster than ever. When I was finally close enough, I leapt up and slammed right into the door, causing it to be forced open. This seemed to calm it down for now, allowing me to walk inside, where I saw tons of destruction in the canyon. Oh no, what happened here?
Hurry, Shark. We don't have much time.
Wait, I know that voice. I'm coming. I sprinted through the destroyed path until I made it to the center, where I saw a massive ancient scorpion. But I could tell the Pharaoh's curse had made him extremely weak.
Good to finally meet you face to face, Shark. I wish it was in better circumstances.
What happened? Did Anubis do this?
Yes, he came here to take the last of my lost treasures from you. But I threw it away into one place not even he would go.
He brought me over to the edge of an ominous chasm that fell deep below the ground into pure darkness. You're telling me the last treasure is down there?
It is there, along with a horde of powerful undead that were too much for Anubis to control. I'm sorry, but it was the only way to keep it from him.
It's okay. I'll get it. I have to, in order to save my people. On days 69 to 73, I leapt down into the dark chasm, falling deep below the surface. Thankfully, though, I landed in a pool of water, breaking my fall. That wasn't so bad. But as I said this, I saw glowing eyes appear in the darkness around me as the horde of ancient mummies were starting to surround me. Spoke too soon. I dashed out of the water and began to run as they all started to chase right behind me. They were beginning to catch up though, and were clearly much stronger than Anubis's army. I need to find that treasure. Fast! I looked up and saw that the only light in the chasm was coming from the final relic. But then a massive mummy dropped down in front of me. No, no, no! It slammed down towards me with its fist, sending me flying upwards. I hate this place. Thankfully, though, the mummy had launched me up right to where the treasure was. They still weren't giving up, though, as they were all attacking the wall directly beneath me, causing the ledge to crack. Almost got it. On day 74 to 77, I dashed forward at the last second to grab hold of the last lost treasure. Because of this, I began to upgrade one final time. I now had 35 hearts and could summon a powerful sandstorm around me at will. Yes, but my celebration was cut short as the mummies caused the ledge to crumble underneath me. They had completely surrounded me and came in to take me down. But with my new attack, I blasted them all back. Haha! Not so tough now, are you? I started to run back through the chasm, completely destroying anything that tried to stop me.
Good work, Shark. You may be strong enough now to stop Anubis. Even if it's without me.
No, I'll save you! I jumped up and shot out my mud ability to make platforms for me to jump higher and higher. With that, I finally was able to make it out of the chasm and back to the canyon. But there, I saw the ancient scorpion was looking even weaker than before. Hold on! I shot out my sand around him and used my powers to dispel Anubis's curse on the scorpion.
You did it?
I guess these treasures are even stronger than I thought. To stop Anubis, I'll have to use them, and his own sand curse against him.
And if it's not enough, I'll be there to help you finish this.
On days 78 to 80, I led the ancient scorpion all the way back to my base.
Fozo, you found him? Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Flapper. I'm a big fan.
Glad to know my story has been carried on for so many generations. Ha ha!
Right, the pillars. I went to the top of the pyramid and placed down the rest of the treasures on them. As I did, they all began to activate. In a flash of bright light, a large treasure gem appeared in the center of the room.
That's it. That's the gem I used to seal away Anubis over a century ago. Once we get him weak enough, you just have to use this to seal him away for good this time.
But if you weren't able to seal him forever, will I be able to?
You have already shown me multiple times that you are stronger than I. You can do this.
And we'll be right by your side.
You can count on us, buddy.
Thanks, everyone. Come on, let's go save my family. On days 81 to 85, my friends and I headed out and made it to the outskirts of Anubis's fully built empire. I watched as his mummies began to force my shark people into cages.
The throne is now fully realized. Soon, I will have no need for you sharks, and I will truly enjoy taking your insignificant lives.
Come on, let's go crush those toilet paper wrapped idiots.
Wait, we have to be smart about this. If we just run in, Anubis could use my family against us.
Oh, I have a plan for the perfect distraction.
The ground began to shake as the massive sand kraken rose up in front of Anubis's base.
I will never be controlled again!
His tentacles started to appear all around the area and strike at all of the mummies.
You take down this blabbering fool!
Now's our chance! We snuck inside while Anubis's mummies were distracted by the kraken. Dad!
My boy, you've come back.
Of course! Now hold on! I finally had the time to bite open the cage bars, breaking it open for my father. Okay, help me with the others. All of us began to work together and quickly break the rest of my shark people out of their cages. But just as we got the last shark free...
What? No!
Everybody, run! On days 86 to 90, I was leading the sand sharks out of Anubis' empire as his forces came charging up behind us. They were starting to catch up though, as all of the sharks were slower on the ground. Everyone, swim!
We can do that?
All of them dove into the sand and began to move much faster as they swam through the ground. Pretty neat, huh?
You're always surprising me, son.
We continued to run away from the mummies until Anubis rose up in front of us.
How dare you defy your emperor!
He was about to unleash a devastating attack when the great scorpion charged in and hit him back.
Ah!
I'll hold them off. Get them out of here, Fozo!
I did as he said and watched as all of my friends fought with everything they had to clear a path.
Take that, you sand for brains!
On days 91 to 94, I safely made it back to the pyramid base with all of my shark people.
Thank you, my boy. I'm so proud. What about you?
I can't leave my friends behind, Dad. I promise, I'll be back. But as I turned to exit the base, I saw my friends were running in. The horde of mummies charged right through the entrance, and I knew I had to protect everyone. Stay back! I rushed in and sent my sandstorm abilities swirling around me, taking out chunks of the mummies as I went. With a few more hits, I was able to take out the rest of the mummy army. Sweet. Now, where's Anubis? Suddenly, as I said this, the great scorpion was thrown across the room, blasted back by an attack.
Fozo, you have to end this!
I watched in horror as Anubis came walking into our cave.
So, this is where you've all been hiding.
I have to stop him. Now! I used the treasure gem, which shot out its energy and trapped the Pharaoh inside. Yes, we did it!
No! Fozo, he wasn't weak enough yet! He can still reach out into this world!
What are you talking about? Just then, the gem began to glow as it shot out towards me and pulled me inside. On days 95 to 99, I opened my eyes to see that I was now trapped inside the treasure gem. No, this can't be happening.
Ha 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 ha! You fool!
I looked over and saw the now giant form of Anubis floating high above me.
I may not be able to leave here yet, but once I destroy you, I'll absorb your power to shatter this gem, and then your friends! Ha 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 ha!
He began to blast down at me with deadly attacks, forcing me to leap forward. Oh no! I continued to jump between the platforms, and Anubis used all of his power to try and take me down. Thankfully though, with a combination of my abilities and the sand dash, I was able to stay ahead of his attacks and make it to the last platform.
All right, Shark, let's finish this like warriors!
His massive form vanished as he appeared in front of me. Finally, I've been waiting to take you down. But as I said this, multiple other Anubises appeared all around me.
Goodbye, Sand Shark. No one will be able to stop me now.
On day 100, the different versions of Anubis all began to attack, blasting me from many different angles. I tried to blast the closest one with an attack, but it just phased right through him. He continued to take away chunks of my hearts with every hit until I was brought down extremely low. However, I had an idea and unleashed my sandstorm all around me, causing all of the fakes to appear. There you are! With this opening, I was finally able to focus my attacks on the real Pharaoh. I used every ability I gained along my journey to try and take him down before he could react.
Stop, you weakling!
In between my attacks, he let out another blast, nearly knocking me into the void below. Ah!
You've been a thorn in my side this whole time! Let me take my rightful place as ruler of this pathetic world!
No, you forced everyone to work for you. You didn't even give them the choice. That's not how you lead people. My words enraged him as he rushed up with a final attack. But I expected it this time and dashed out of the way to unleash the most powerful bite I could. With this final blow, I was able to take down the evil Pharaoh for good. And in a flash, I was freed from the treasure gem. Yes, we're all free from the curse. We did it!